Rod. Otherworldlyculture.com.
FireRobManfred.com. An Umpire and a Vampire square off week after week, reviewing movies outside their own strike zone. This week's movies, The Scout and The Orphan, starring Albert Brooks, Vera Farmiga, Isabel Furman, Brendan Fraser, Peter Sarsgaard, and two-time Cy Young Award winner Brett Saberhagen. Now two guys who know the difference between a graveyard and a cemetery. One is attached to a church, one is not. Tim Kretschmann and Jeff Miller.
All right, Jeff, I think you got to tell everybody which one is attached to a church.
Well, I actually found this out this week. The graveyard is attached to a church. It's like the yard behind the church. The cemetery is not. Yeah. So if you're in a cemetery, you're not by a church.
Then cemetery, though, it sounds more formal. Don't you think?
It does.
It sounds more formal. I think a graveyard, it just sounds a little more relaxed, like a place that you would have a picnic, open up a couple cold ones. I do that from time to time.
What sounds more scary to you, though?
To me?
Yeah. Because you're the horror guy.
Mortuary.
Okay, that wasn't one of the...
That's why I picked it. Hey, you know what? I wanted to start the show before we got too far. You know I'm a patriot. And I wanted to start with a prepared statement for today. Okay, now wait.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin today's program, I have a prepared statement. I'd like to apologize for some of the comments that my co-host made last week regarding the great people along Little Muskego Lake. There's not a drug addiction problem in Muskego. It's in New Berlin. And it's not really addiction. It's more of a recreational thing.
There we go. All right. I'll take the blame if you push it off to New Berlin. That's awesome, Tim. Actually, I'm watching.
Should we start the fight with New Berlin?
We should.
Is this a fight? Let's check the chat room. I wouldn't call it a problem necessarily. So fantastic. Hey, what are we... wait, you know what? We haven't introduced ourselves. Okay. He's Jeff Miller.
And he's not Jeff Miller. He's Tim Kretschmann.
I'm the other one.
He's Tim Kretschmann.
Yeah.
This is his like thing that he's put together. I'm just along for the ride. And apparently I gave Muskego a bad name, which we know is not true. I love Muskego with all my heart.
After the show last week, Jeff is like, I'm not cool with that. I love Muskego. I'm like, oh, we'll fix it next week.
Yeah, we fixed it all right. But Tim, that was cool because I'm watching it, and then I look over at you and I'm like, wait, you're not talking. It's the magic. That's good stuff, Tim. Props.
Little production for everybody.
Props.
Hey, I'm going to be talking about the movie The Scout with Albert Brooks and Brendan Fraser.
Yes.
And Jeff has The Orphan.
A rom-com.
A rom-com. Oh, everything is wrong.
A horror-com. A horror-com. Ooh. We could maybe have a
She's a young girl. Don't call her a whore. Please.
Well, okay, but anyways, we could start a new type of movie, a horror-com. Would that be like Saturday the 14th?
Have you seen Saturday the 14th? A terrible movie.
It's a horror-com.
A terrible movie.
A horror-com.
Hey, I'm getting complaints about the light on you. We're going to have to get you a ring light, brother.
Why? Because my glasses, maybe?
You mean those? It could be that you are wearing an official Milwaukee Brewers baseball cap. Let's see the ensemble.
Yeah, a little
Hold on. I'm going to put on the big screen. I'm going to put on the big screen. Where is it? Come on, there we go.
There we go.
All right.
There we go, yep.
He's got the Brewers on there.
Brewers. Why? Today's opening day.
Yeah. Opening day of what? Are you opening coffins? What are you doing?
No, that would be you. No, it's opening day. The Brewers played the Twins today. Spoiler alert, the Brewers won. They won in extra innings.
Oh, way to go. You spoiled it. Now they have to take it off their TiVo.
But the cool thing is that the Brewers ended up scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the ninth to tie the game. Mm-hmm. And then with this really screwed up rule where you start a runner on second base in the extra innings, Lorenzo Cain starts on second base. Next first batter up, hits him over to third, and then Arcia slaps a single, and Lorenzo Cain scores the winning run. The Brewers are off to a 1-0 division lead in.
So they're hot.
Yeah. Oh, they're hot.
They're hot, and the George Webb's burger is still on.
What? 12 more to go. Did you get a burger when they did that?
No.
You didn't?
No. To save 39 cents, I'm going to stand in a line for 3 hours.
I got my burgers and resold them.
Oh, yeah. To who? The Fonz?
No, on eBay.
Okay. This is not sounding like a true story.
Anyways, the Brewers won today, so go Brewers. And,
how did you remember all that? There was so many different names and stuff. How do you remember all this stuff?
Some things get caught in my head, some things don't. Like math.
Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. Yes, it is opening day, and I actually looked at my program.
Okay.
My program that I had. I got to put this so it's a little bit out of the way. And I opened up my program, and there was this picture of the opening day special.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
He was there. It was good times.
I do want to put out one other thing real quick. That actually last year, and then we get to your scout. Last year was the first opening day because of COVID. Was the first opening day that I missed since 1987. I've been to every one since 1987. Yeah. I had a nice little streak going.
Yeah, and then it all came to a towering end.
Just like AA, you just can't have that one drink and have to start all over again.
You gotta start all over. Hey, we're gonna be talking about the Scout.
Yay!
And I'm going to distract Jeff by putting the clips up there.
Because you don't want me to talk.
You know how that goes.
You don't want me to talk anymore. I gotcha.
No, it's just to distract you. It's kind of my little treat and chew toy that I said, Jeff. I do have a fun fact on this one that I put in for our chat room.
Sure.
That's exclusive to our chat room. If you want to see the fun facts, you have to come out live to see those. So I'm not going to say that. That's extra content for our friends in the chat room.
Can I see them?
Yes, it's on the screen over there.
I got you. All right.
My goodness. All right, the Scout 1994.
Robot Man. DC Doom.
You're reading it out loud. See,
well, this is for the people that aren't watching.
You're defeating purpose. All right.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
So, the Scout 1994.
Yeah.
First scene. Albert Brooks is in a hotel, and he's watching King Kong, the original, and he knows that the original is better. I'm like, this is a character I can get into.
There you go.
This is a good movie. Look at that. There's King Kong on the screen. And they didn't show the scene where he's smushing the guy.
No.
That would have been great. But, a couple of the shots, he's talking about how you would become a legend if you go into the jungle and you get King Kong. Well, the whole movie is about him being a baseball scout, and he's finding King Kong, like the perfect baseball player. Whole thing is predicated on he finds the perfect baseball player. And that baseball player is played by Brendan Fraser. Now, the Albert Brooks role was originally written for Peter Falk. Did you know that?
I did not.
So Columbo could have been the Scout. And one version of it, they even had Sam Kinison playing the Brendan Fraser role.
What? That wouldn't have worked.
That would not have worked.
That would not have. Are you serious?
Oh.
That's an April Fool's joke. Because
no, it is not. And
wow. That would have not worked. That would be terrible.
My research staff brought that to my attention.
Well, let me say that if you would have put that in the quiz, I would have guessed that as that as a fake one. Yeah. That is something else. Holy cow!
No, it's too much fun to talk about.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
Yeah. I saw him live.
So, and then, did you?
I did.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to. He was too R-rated, And I am a sweet, wonderful little child that doesn't do naughty things. Anyway, the road trip aspect of it I liked. So, basically, the beginning is Albert Brooks recruits a relatively young prospect that was trying to decide about going into the majors or not, or going into college. Michael Rappaport plays him. Mm-hmm. And he washes out. He gets stage fright, I guess is the best way to say it. Yep. And his boss, who's played by Lane Smith, who I remember best as Perry White in Lois and Clark.
Really?
On,
Okay, I know
on
who you're talking
TV.
about, yeah.
But he was also in My Cousin Vinny. He says,
Oh, yeah.
You suck, Mr. Scout. I'm sending you to Mexico. Right?
Mexico.
So Al Percolo gets on, and it's every like, this is a crappy baseball experience story you can think of.
Yep.
Everything is just absolute garbage. He goes out and he's being punished, and Lane Smith keeps making him have to call in and say what he's doing. And he's like, I'm not finding anything there. They wait until the rain to play so that they can slide better. You know, it's stupid stuff like that. So he finds Steve Nebraska, who is played by Brendan Fraser.
What a great name.
And he finally finds a well-attended game and this new star. So Encino Man there goes and takes the mound, and the fans go wild. He actually finds King Kong. He signs him for a huge contract at the time, and they say he must go see a shrink to make sure he's not a nut. Okay, that's the basic thing of it.
Because he's showing some signs of being a
Right.
little whack.
Now, the
Right.
whole business of him getting signed for a contract where he's sight unseen, and then they give him the biggest contract ever after seeing him throw 3 strikes and hitting a single home run. It seems a little bit outlandish, but, you know, it's a movie. I'm willing to go along with it. What I'm not willing to go along with is how the movie just falls the frick apart the minute the shrink comes into the story. Because we have Diane Wiest, she comes in. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The movie wasn't funny yet at that point. And I'm like, oh, we must be getting to the funny part. Because Brendan Fraser is kind of a little weird, but nothing really super funny. I would say the thing that was closest to being amusing to me was how Brendan Fraser was just getting women's phone numbers every time they walked into a room, and they're like all throwing it at him. I thought that was kind of amusing. Everything else, Albert Brooks, and as my research staff told me, it should have been George Costanza. You should have got Jason Alexander.
That would have worked.
And he worked for Steinbrenner,
Yeah.
you know, so it made sense. But I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and I'm like, okay, here's where the comedy comes. 1, 2, 3, still not funny. Okay, now we're going to keep going, and still not funny. Now, what obviously is the problem? Well, it's just like, and I'm sorry, it's No Time for Sergeants. Once again, we're remaking that movie 1,000,000 times, which is where you take a hayseed, you send him into the psychologist, and he says he's crazy because he's a hayseed, right? This is the same idea that was behind Miracle on 34th Street. Where you send him to a psychologist and okay, he's not right. He probably would be okay, but in this case, he's really he probably has some real mental issues going on. But here's the thing, in most of these movies, the way these movies are supposed to run is you discover there's a problem. First of all, you discover what the problem actually is. You expose it, you deal with it, and then you can move forward. What this movie does instead, in a stunning display of not knowing how stories are put together, they discover he's got a problem, and then the psychologist keeps trying to quit. That's pretty well the movie. That's the movie. And Albert Brooks, I think, wanted to be the comedy so bad that he kept trying to steal every scene from Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser is supposed to be the Jerry Lewis in this situation.
You're right. He absolutely is.
And Albert Brooks is always trying to steal the limelight back for him instead of doing he said what? You know, he said some goofy things by the psychologist. He doesn't do that at all. He's like, oh yeah, that's a good answer. You know, because he just wants to get this thing signed and all that. Bullshit. come on. Oh, sorry, Mom.
You did not need that. You're
That
really
was-
getting worked up here.
I am getting worked up.
Let me ask you something.
Yes, sir.
And we'll get you a little bit cooled down.
Okay,
here.
cool me down.
Did you catch the reference of why they picked that psychiatrist?
Wait, she was first in the phone book, wasn't she?
It was H. Aaron.
Oh, H. Aaron.
Henry
Yes,
Aaron.
yes.
So homage
Oh,
to
you could have
hammer.
had that as a trivia, and I wouldn't have got it. Look at that. You blew it again.
Oh, wait, I was supposed to do trivia on the Scout? No, I
There
know.
you go, Ken.
That's getting old.
And the swing
there
and a
he is.
miss.
There you go.
All right.
That's awesome.
Thank you. Now, I have some horror movie connections I want to lay on you. Are you
All right,
ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready for the graphic.
Okay. Born in Waukesha, the director of this movie is Michael Ritchie. Did you know he was a Waukesha guy?
No.
Yeah. He directed the original Bad News Bears
Okay.
with Walter Matthau, but he also directed The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy. He directed The Candidate with Robert Redford,
Yeah.
but he does have some horror movies in his background. He did the movie The Island, made in 1980, based on a Peter Benchley novel.
There you go.
There it is.
There we go. I've been waiting.
Yeah.
I like the sound.
Yeah. And he made, I know you do, because Peter Benchley, basically everything he wrote after Jaws hit, they bought everything and made everything. Island probably should never have been made. It's like mutant pirates on an island.
Really?
Yeah, it's dumb. But he did make one of my favorite horror comedies of all time called Student Bodies. That is your horror movie connection.
All right.
Student Bodies. Guess what, buddy?
What?
That's going to be going on your list. Probably
Cool.
season 3 or 4.
Cool, I'm
somewhere
ready
in
for
there.
it. Is that where the guy turns invisible?
Student Bodies is a send-up of...
No, it's school spirit.
It's a send-up of slasher movies
Cool.
set in a high school.
I can handle slasher.
Yeah. Then, of course, we also have Brendan Fraser. He's best known from his horror movie connection, The Mummy. And also in 1998, he was in Gods and Monsters, which is the story of James Whale, the director of Frankenstein.
Oh,
He was also in G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. Why do I say that?
yeah.
Directed by Stephen Sommers, who directed The Mummy and one of your new favorite movies, Deep Rising. Stephen
Wow.
Sommers. So, yeah, a lot of horror movie connection with Brendan Fraser.
That's a lot.
But I'm not done.
Okay.
Diane Wiest, who was the least in this movie. She was in The Lost Boys. And I'll be serving that one up to the ump. Also, the music was done by Bill Conti, who did the iconic Gotta Fly Now song for Rocky.
That's pretty good.
He did the music for Your Eyes Only, including the main
yeah.
theme. He didn't sing it.
Wait, what?
He did the music for the Karate Kid movies. I mean, we're just getting ready. The Right Stuff. He did the music for Necessary Roughness.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
But he also did the music for Die Hard's director John McTiernan's one and only horror film, Nomads, that starred Pierce Bronson. And that movie sucks. It's the worst. You should never see it. But I even made a horror movie connection with Albert Brooks.
There's no way
How?
to do that. There's no way.
Well, you might think that he wouldn't have a horror movie connection, but he provided the voice in Finding Nemo,
Okay.
which includes a character named Bruce referencing the shark from Jaws. That's a horror movie connection.
Oh,
That's right.
oh my.
I'm not done. Michael Rappaport,
Oh, my.
who we discussed,
Yes,
the
yes.
young prospect, he was one of the stars of Deep Blue Sea, which is one of the best shark films made. That is not called Jaws. And I'm contractually obligated to mention that he was also in Boston Public because of our Chapmeister Trogdor. That's one of his favorite shows. Also, Lane Smith. I talked to you about My Cousin Vinny. He was in Lois and Clark. Guess what he got his start in? That's right. He did episodes of Alfred Hitchcock Presents and The Twilight Zone, the reboot Twilight Zone. And he was in the infamous TV movie Dark Knight of the Scarecrow. That one I will not be hitting you with, but it's a very well-known horror TV movie that scared children back in the day.
Yeah, I'm a child.
Then, you think I'm done. I'm not done, folks!
Discounts just keep on coming.
That's right. At the dugout in the end of the movie.
Yes.
Right? He's going back into the dugout, and there's a coach standing on the dugout steps.
Yep.
He is played by one J.K. Simmons. J.K. Simmons has been J. Jonah Jameson in the Spider-Man movies.
Okay.
He was in Oz as a white supremacist, but he's probably best known these days for being an insurance salesman for American Family Insurance.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, guess what? This guy has about 1 million credits, so of course he did a horror movie. He was in Jennifer's Body.
He was
in Jennifer's Body, so he's got a horror movie connection. Yes, Megan Fox is the reason to see Jennifer's Body. There's really very little other reason to see that movie. But
doesn't she possess like a cheerleader's body or something like that, right?
It's so...
I know, that's okay. Anyways.
I almost had you ring the bell again. But yeah, it's pretty bad.
All right.
But the Scout, also not my favorite, buddy. Not my favorite. The baseball, by the way. Okay. I don't want to spoil this, even though I think it's worth spoiling. But the ending is a complete mess. It's like when you have a character that is going down a path, and that's the path, and it makes sense, and then he goes, I kind of want a happy Hollywood ending, and changes like that. I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm usually the guy that, I like horror movies, but I'm the guy that says I kind of like the Hollywood ending. I like the happy ending. I like that. And this one, I'm kind of like, yeah, but they got there without anybody making any effort. It would be the equivalent of if the shark from Jaws is making his way toward Brody, and he died of a heart attack instead of being blown up. It'd be like, well, Brody did nothing, And that's how I felt this movie went, because the change... Also, Bob Costas is in this, right? He wasn't funny. Why do you have the radio and TV announcers at all if they're not going to be funny in your comedy?
She had the guys from Dodgeball.
Their idea of comedy was that Brendan Fraser liked doing the laundry. I'm like, what happened? And from my understanding, what happened to this movie is that Albert Brooks decided he was going to rewrite it when he got it. And I think what he did is every time he found a joke that he didn't write but was funny, he felt bad about it. So he got rid of it.
Really?
So, okay, my research group has given me some things that were factually incorrect.
I got one.
Okay.
But I'll let you guys do it first. Okay. I mean, I know I can...
These will be different. I think you probably have some that are going to be the same.
Does it have to do with the sports score at the end?
No.
Okay.
No, this is stuff like Ozzie Smith.
Yeah.
Making him out to be a home run hitter.
Yep. Totally wrong.
Yeah. His career high for a season was 6.
Yep.
And they said that he hit 5 home runs in the playoffs alone so far. Yeah.
No. Nope. Not even close.
On the TV in the background at one point, you can hear them saying most people are predicting he'll throw a perfect game. Even greatest pitchers ever wouldn't be predicted to throw a perfect game.
It's impossible to predict that.
Yeah, and also, if you're throwing speedballs at 105 to 109, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Speedball?
A fastball.
Yeah, speedball.
Yeah.
And they're throwing
that's what they do in New Berlin. Oh, we gotta give you that one.
Yeah. Though, frankly, we are the city that had a mayor that owned a drugstore. Drugs.
Yeah. Still out there, Jerome Drugs.
And that's when New Berlin really started to hit the stuff. Anyway.
Talk about your speedball over there.
The speedball, if it's going 105, 109 miles per hour, that's probably pretty good and it might sting your hand. But at no point will a catcher go flying 10 feet in the background. To prove this, we are going to be making a video where I attempt at different speeds to run over Jeff and see at what point he goes about 10 feet in the air.
Yeah, okay, we'll have to try.
I'll tie like a baseball on the front of the car.
Oh, you're going to drive a car. I thought you were going to run at me. I don't know.
I like that idea too.
No.
All right. Let's see. Can I read any of these other ones? And the other well, that's the end. I don't want to spoil that. But okay, Keith Hernandez is in there.
Yeah.
And he's the one that basically just watches 3 go past him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was brought up to me by the research staff that there's no way that a guy, even though he was retired already, I guess, when this movie was made, he would go up there and not even watch a few go by before he starts swinging. Now, why is that? I didn't understand.
Well, you want to see what the pitcher's got.
Okay.
You want to get an idea of what they're going to bring.
And I don't think that would be impressive to people wanting to spend $55 million on the guy by watching him, just basically luck 3 past Keith Hernandez. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. No,
I'm always right.
But I know I can tell. But no, I'm not going to spoil the ending because it is what it is.
Right.
But no, you know what? We can spoil a little bit because I want to tell about the continuity problem at the very end. So Steve Nebraska is supposed to be able to throw a strike on every pitch. Therefore, his perfect game would be 81 pitches.
Right.
And that's what he did.
Yeah.
But he's also supposed to be able to hit a home run every time up to bat. Now, he would have batted at least 4 times in the game.
Right.
The score was 2-0.
Yeah, but sometimes when you hit a home run, you don't score.
Yes, you do.
They call that a touchdown.
So there's a continuity error right there. Yes, we got that.
This is true.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Brett Saberhagen, the pitcher in this movie, the Royals pitcher, they had.
What's his name?
Brett Saberhagen.
Never heard of him. Is he any good?
He was all right. He's got some World Series MVPs.
Was he as good as Don
He got a couple
Sutton?
About the same. I put him about the same.
Okay.
I put him around the same. You bet.
Okay. I only know a few pitcher names, so I had to ask that.
Saberhagen has.
What about Raleigh Fingers?
2 different types of pitchers.
Yeah. So what?
Fingers is a really pitcher. But anyways, Saberhagen was actually this was shot on April 11th, and the Mets had their home opener that day. So Saberhagen was in New York, obviously to pitch for the New York Mets, but he was in the Yankee Stadium to do that scene, and then he shot.
Aren't those different leagues? The Mets and the Yankees? Mm-hmm. Well, why would they be playing in the same field?
They're playing in the same city.
Why in the same field, though? They're different leagues.
They do that during the World Series.
Oh.
You got that? All right.
Okay.
Yes. So.
Oh, you know what I forgot
what
we were going to do with opening day?
What?
I'm going to have you predict who's going to win the World Series, and we're going to see if you're right.
Do you want me to do it right now?
You're right now.
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers. Out of Brooklyn, ladies and gentlemen. The Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yeah. 1950s Dodgers. No, the Dodgers probably have the best record.
Okay.
They're going to have they have the best roster put together right now. They're predicted to win over 114 games.
Is it because of their star player?
That guy's got a Yankee hat on. Come on.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. So there you go. The Dodgers.
You know every time I see that, there's a reaction I have.
What's that? The Molotov effect?
No, the Wilhelm scream.
Wilhelm scream. I got to remember that. Wilhelm
Try to remember things.
I gotcha.
All right.
All right.
So that was the baseball movie. Now we go to Jeff. Jeff has a little movie.
What's it called?
It's called, I got to press the button.
You know what's already going on, don't you?
There's the Orphan.
Did you see where we're at right now?
Oh, wait a minute. I got to press it. Oh, is it already?
Yes.
How did that happen? That's your fault. That's 100% on you. We are in overtime! Woo!
Well, we can get through the orphan. We'll be fine.
All right. I'm being asked, does Saberhagen own a heating and air conditioning company here
I
in
have
Milwaukee?
no idea. I have no idea. I didn't know
How
the
do you not
Kazmareks
know?
were related.
You did.
No, I didn't.
Don't. Yeah, that's cute. You're pulling stuff again. All right, Jeff. Let's set up your room here.
So
first, we put your name across. You don't even know this anymore. We put your name up there because your name's difficult to spell, not like mine. And people need to see it up there.
Yep.
And we put some
I've got the
clips up
orphan.
here so that you get completely
All right.
confused.
So here's the deal. I went into the orphan probably thinking it's going to be really scary. It's going to be like the Conjuring. This was fine for me. This was nothing. This isn't even a horror movie. This is more like a rom-com or a horror-com. I like saying horror-com. That doesn't bother me today. I'm in a good place.
You're in a good place.
That sounds like Take Me Out to the Ballgame.
How about this?
No, doesn't do anything. I'm good. I'm good. Look at this. This is nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. So anyways.
She's messing with you now.
Yeah, no, there's too much going on. Now it's like whack-a-mole. Whack-a-mole.
Here, I'll make everybody happy. That can go.
What are we doing here? All right. So, woo! Yeah, that was a bad scene right there. That was nasty.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times those nuns, though, they're the ones with drinking problems, and she got hammered.
Oh, my God. Anyways, you needed a sound effect for that. So this is a movie starring Farrah Fawcett and Peter Sarsgaard. And as it turns out, Vera said that when she was given the chance to play this role, there was two main reasons she took this role. One, it was a paid gig, and the other one is that she really wanted to do a movie with Sarsgaard.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
No.
Good.
I didn't read the IMDb trivia.
I didn't read it either. I called her.
Oh, did
so
you?
anyways, yeah. So
I didn't remember her grabbing that on the nightstand that night.
Anyways,
yeah.
So I called her when she wasn't here. So anyways, so what happens is this is a family that
would have been tough.
That they end up. I'm not going to give away anything I'm doing. Wow, I'm going to do better this week. I was told that I give away too many spoilers. So this is a family that loses a child. They have two children. Tim, that was very funny.
Yeah, thank you.
They lose two children. They want another one. All right, so they go to this orphanage. There's all these kids playing, and Esther, right? Esther.
Yeah, Esther.
She's up painting, and they're like, "We want her." So they bring her home, and
she wasn't painting the side of the house. She was painting artistically.
She was painting some artistic stuff.
Easel.
Yeah.
She was pretty good for a kid, you know?
She was very good for a kid. That's why, and the dad must have been an architect or something because he was always drawing, so he was probably drawn to her.
Oh, nice. I like what you did there.
I didn't even know I did that until you said that.
Yeah.
So anyways, so they bring her home. But you see right away there's some conflict. They have one daughter that's deaf. And actually, in real life, that actress, that little girl is partially deaf.
She's also afflicted with extreme cuteness.
She is. She's extremely cute.
Really cute kid. So every time she's in danger, you're like, get that nasty little monster away from her. She's so nice. It's such a nice little kid. It's menacing.
Their son, who is about the same age as the girl that they bring home from the orphanage, Esther, Daniel,
does he remind you of the son in Poltergeist?
Yes.
So much.
Yes.
So much.
The longer hair and all that. He did, and you could see that right away the kid's jealous, and I see that. They got this new girl, and they're showing her attention, so he's kind of jealous, but then in your head you're like, that's not going to turn out good for you, man.
No.
So, and it didn't, in a way. And
I do like very early on, you get an inkling that this kid is just no frickin' good.
Oh, yeah.
No frickin' good.
Oh, yeah. I can say, she pushes the girl off of a slide.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like stalking
and she's
her
off
away.
drinking with the nun.
She wasn't drinking with the nun. Well, she could have been. But anyway. She got hammered. There we go. That was good. That's actually pretty good.
Just a callback. Just a callback.
But yeah, there's definitely some scenes of it's intense. Let's put it this way: the movie.
Oh yeah,
it's intense.
Yeah,
there's parts in there where you're like,
it's almost a Lifetime movie.
What, Hallmark?
No, not Hallmark.
Could you imagine if this was a Hallmark movie?
I think
takes
it's
place in the
being
winter.
remade. It's being remade.
It takes
as a
place in
Christmas
winter.
movie.
The thing of it is that it was supposed to be a Halloween movie,
Oh, yeah?
but they shot it in Toronto, and they had a massive storm come through, so they just kept on. So they made it
yeah.
a winter movie, even though it takes place in Connecticut.
You know, though, the winter works for this.
It does.
I think it makes
does
it
because
creepier.
of It does because of
It's
the cold.
desolate.
Everything's dead.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot of holes in this movie.
Like
that
her eyes.
Her eyes,
That
like
girl
right there.
is scary. There's the one shot we'll see where she's walking down the hospital hallway.
Yeah.
And when she steps into the dark, she stops smiling, and when she's in the light, she smiles.
Yeah.
That scene creeped the shit.
That did, but I was all right though. I mean, usually this stuff would really screw with me, but this wasn't. This was not too screw with me.
No, me. I said one.
What did you say?
I said shit. God damn it! All right.
So, anyways, so she comes home and she's very astute in playing the piano, which the mom likes that because, well, at first she acts like she doesn't know how to play, but then she knows how to play. But the mom she plays the piano too. So there are some yin and yang to this. So when she would do something, but the mom sees that she's bad, but the dad doesn't, and that really you start feeling like, where's this gonna go?
You
and
know,
that
at a
gets
certain
intense.
point,
Yep.
you're like, okay, the dad is an idiot.
Yes, you do. I don't know how far I go.
He's a moron. Yeah.
Yes, and that brings up a couple more holes that I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that
Look at her. She's evil. You can tell.
she's got the thing around her neck.
Yeah.
It has-
I think I'd make a good cop. I would see that and just arrest her immediately.
no, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
What about the one on the left?
Yes.
Anyways, but some of the holes that I found.
Isn't she like Eddie Haskell?
I,
Kind of that Eddie Haskell smiles at your
Eddie
face
Haskell never killed anyone.
that we know of. He was actually a cop
But Ward was
in real life.
But Ward was really tough on the beaver last night. but anyways, no, that's what she said.
That's why I stopped. That's why I
She said
stopped.
you're very hard on the beaver last night. But anyways, so anyways, back to the show. There are some holes in here that I just ticked me off. They're always
I went through mine, so go ahead, hit me.
they're always
I'm gonna explain
They're
it.
always talking about Esther in the house. It's like she's in the house. She's gonna hear you. You know this kid is whack. They're gonna hear you. Some of
The only one that didn't hear them was the deaf daughter. They weren't even whispering.
Right.
I agree. They had a lot of conversations that it's like, go outside,
Yep.
go
And-
in the garage,
Yep.
go somewhere.
Yeah. The very amorous scene between the mother and the father in the kitchen. I
like that scene.
Yeah,
Second
but
time.
again, you know that she's going to see someone's coming out. It's not going to happen. Not when you got kids. That's not happening.
No.
And when you put them to sleep, especially this girl, they didn't even know anything about her. I didn't like the fact that every time they were talking, and then the scene where she pushes the girl off the jungle gym.
Right.
I know it's a little girl acting, so she probably doesn't have the chops to act, but she's acting scared. Why would you be scared walking around? It didn't feel right. I mean,
I think she was menaced.
you think so?
by
You think that
Orphan.
she was like scared?
Yeah, I do. Because
I know
if
she
you
stares-
remember
I know she
that
stares her
girl,
down. I know that.
girl bullied
Yep.
her
Oh, yeah.
earlier when she had like 7 people on her back.
Yep.
And then Esther did something where she was like, "Oh, she might be out to get me," and then she realized how alone she was out there.
I know, but
So
it just seemed weird
think-
camera work or something. Just seemed weird about it. It was just a little
I
bit
think
too
it
much.
was heightened.
There
it
you
was
go, okay.
heightened, yes.
And they tried some
Yeah.
jump scenes in there, like to make you jump, and it didn't really work for me.
The jump scenes didn't work.
Okay, good. I was
agree.
on base
I
with that,
agree.
too.
Those didn't work, and we're waltzing around this.
I don't
There
know.
is one of the most epic twists
Yes, thank you, Tim. I was going to
of
get to
all
that.
time.
It is. This is
Yeah.
the twist upon twist. If you think you've seen a movie,
I always get texts from Jeff as he's watching it, and I'm kind of like, oh, he's really not liking this movie. And then it just got real quiet, and I'm like, oh, I think I know where he got,
that twist, that was amazing. So,
Yeah.
if for any other reason to watch this movie, watch it for the twist.
Now,
And you won't ever. There's no way in a million years you could guess it.
yeah, It's well done, and it explains a lot of stuff that if you didn't have that twist, you'd be going, well, why was that? What was that about? What was that?
But then you start thinking
it wraps up a lot of things, and it goes, that makes sense. Now, do you agree with me? This is almost like a fucked up version of Fatal Attraction.
Yes. Yes, I do.
It's a lot like Fatal Attraction.
Okay, so in Fatal Attraction,
yeah.
she kills a rabbit. Here, she kills that pigeon.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Douglas cheats on his wife. The dad in here cheats on the wife.
Yeah.
There's a couple connections right there. Yes, I do see Fatal Attraction. That Vera?
And I mean, this is not a spoiler with the things we're showing up there.
No, I don't think so.
She goes a little crazy sometimes. A little crazy.
A little bit. Actually, Vera plays in a lot of these type of movies. She's in Conjuring 1, 2, and 3. She was in...
Oh, you still haven't seen 2 and 3. Okay.
And I'm not going to. If I have to, I have to. I'll watch it for her. She does a really great job.
She is excellent.
She also plays a mom of a demonic kid in Joshua.
Yes.
Which was before this.
Yes. I think she is... it's funny, people won't call her a scream queen, but...
That's the majority of her work.
Because she doesn't scream.
No.
But she gets you scared.
But this is the majority of her work.
What did you think of the relationship between the two sisters? Because I thought that was really neat, the deaf girl and the orphan. Because the deaf girl covers for Esther quite a bit.
Because she wants a big sister. She's been asking for a big sister.
And I thought that was a really neat aspect.
And I'm not giving anything away, but even though Esther puts a gun to her head.
Yeah.
Puts a gun to her. Oh my God. I'm surprised she didn't have to change her diaper after that.
I almost did. Because she's really... No, I kept the diaper in. But,
oh my God. But yeah, I mean, she does some really rotten things to this girl, but the girl still covers for her.
Yes. But you know what?
What?
I believe it.
It was believable.
That was believable. There were other things that were not believable. That was believable for me. Now, here's an interesting thing about it. Both this movie and The Scout were made on a $20 million budget.
Really?
They were both made for exact same amount of money. Which one do you think made more money at the box office?
It's a trick question. The Scout.
No.
The Orphan did?
The Orphan made $78 million.
Yeah.
The Scout made $2
Oh my God, really?
One of the most monumental flops.
Wow, I would have just thought with like Albert Brooks and...
Monumental. Actually, I sit there and I go, The Scout looks more expensive than this film.
Well, they shot in Mexico.
Well, and it was made, almost 20 years earlier. You know?
That's true too. You should do the money calculator.
I don't have it calculated that way because I didn't want to put that much work into it.
But
I don't really work on the show.
You do a lot more than I do, but there's something else that you want to watch for in this. Leonardo DiCaprio had a hand in this movie. Yes. There's a very similar scene. I'm not going to give it away, but you'll see a Leonardo DiCaprio type of scene in this movie as well, without giving away any kind of spoilers. Tim, I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm not going to comment on it.
All in all, I did like this movie.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
And I hope that whoever hasn't seen it goes and watches it.
Yeah, I think it's worth saying. A lot of people don't know about this one. It's surprising.
I knew about it, but look at it. I would not go. Not go to see this.
Do you know how they made that picture look so creepy?
Yes.
Go ahead.
They did the mirror thing.
Yes, because
I don't know what it's called.
They made it absolutely symmetrical on there. So if you look at her hair, it exactly tufts the same way on both sides.
Yep.
No matter how perfect somebody's face is, there's always a little bit of asymmetry. So when we're talking about perfect faces, here you go. And see, it's still a little asymmetrical. It was a long way to go for that joke. All right.
Were you surprised I knew that?
No.
Good,
you do a lot of research. I really appreciate it.
I've been doing more research.
Yeah.
Because I want this show to be better for you.
And because you want to be ready for what's coming up, baby.
Trivia.
It's trivia time.
I got a 5-0 lead, babe.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Rapido just entered our chat room too.
Who's that?
We'll tell you later. But we're glad to have you. Now you can play along in the chat room, folks, because I block it off over here while this is going.
No, you don't.
Shut up. Bitch. Bitch.
Who goes? Since I scored, who goes first this time?
Doesn't matter. You're just gonna win and cheat and steal
I will not.
from me.
I told you that.
Again.
It's not ticky-tacky like last week. I'm going to go first.
All right, he's gonna go first. So let me explain the rules. He's gonna read out 3 items. One of them is not true.
And it's about the
3
movie
items.
that Tim saw, not the movie I saw.
About Scout or baseball or anything having to do with that stuff. So I'm screwed. Let's go.
No, I actually stuck to the characters of this movie.
You don't have to.
But I did.
You don't have to.
I did, okay?
All right, bitch.
Get the orphan out here.
All right.
Anyways, Albert Brooks' brother, the late Bob Einstein, better known as Super Dave Osborne. Sounds like you already know it.
He's a co-writer with Carl Gottlieb on the Smothers Brothers show. Yep.
So I'm saying that Albert Brooks has a brother, Bob Einstein. Next one is Brandon Fraser, with a Canadian mom and an American dad, has dual citizenship between Canada and the United States.
Oh, that I don't know. Okay.
And Brandon Fraser and Albert Brooks actually appeared in Brooks' Oscar-nominated film in 1987, The Broadcast News, where Fraser also played a pitching phenom who Brooks interviews. So they were in a movie once before in something similar where he was a pitcher and Brooks interviewed him in Broadcast News, and Brandon Fraser's got dual.
So I'm gonna say A with Bob Einstein. I'm pretty sure they are actually related.
Okay, that one's.
And Bob Einstein is I said Carl Gottlieb. I think it's Steve Martin that he actually wrote with. On Smothers Brothers, but he's a phenomenal writer, Bob Einstein.
That is his brother. You're right on that.
Okay. You shouldn't be telling me that because I haven't made my selection
You
yet.
said you were going to say that, though, right?
I don't know.
Okay, it's not his brother. Or it could be. I don't know.
What was B again? B was...
that was B.
No, A was...
Oh, I read him in my different direction.
Okay.
Okay, so B then is Brendan Fraser has got dual citizenship. Because
that sounds possible, but I'm not sure.
And then the last one is Fraser and Brooks appeared once before in 1987 in Brooks' Oscar-nominated film Broadcast News.
See, that's crazy enough that it could be true. But I saw Broadcast News not too long ago, and I don't remember that. And I'm usually pretty good with cameos. So I'm going to say that C is not true.
You're correct.
Woo! I finally got one. Holy cow.
Oh, I thought that was a good one, too.
That was good, because I almost went the other way, you bastard.
Because he would have been 19 or 20 in that movie.
Wow. All right, here we go.
Oh, shoot.
Letter A.
Bring it, Tim.
Letter A. Peter Sarsgaard,
Yep.
who plays the father in this movie,
Yep.
is probably best known for playing Pennywise the Clown in the 2 recent It movies. Stephen King's It. B. The director of this film, Jean-Collet Serra, I'm probably saying it wrong, also directed, one of my favorite shark movies, The Shallows.
Ooh, I like that movie. I thought that was a good movie with, what's her name? What is her name?
Oh, God, then she's so hot.
It's with an L. It's like Lane something or...
Chat room. Don't look. You don't get to play in the chat room.
No, I don't.
I don't know.
It's Lane Phillips or Lane...
What is her name? She's the one that's married to Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. She's married to Ryan Reynolds?
Yes.
She was also in Savages?
Yeah, she's gorgeous. This is Blake Lively.
That's it, Blake Lively, yes.
This is why we need an engaged chat room. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
So you're saying he directed Shallows also. Okay.
And C, only 5 years after this film, Isabel Furman, who played the orphan, Esther, had a recurring role in a TV series called Masters of Sex.
You know what?
So...
All right, so this is how I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Don't do like I did and give me any answers correct right away. But
I'm not going to. I'm not going to fall for that shit.
So Sarsgaard. Oh ding.
Yeah.
Sarsgaard. She wanted to be in within the movies. But does that look like his face? Is he the clown? Does he look like his facial features? Not quite sure.
Okay.
Now the thing about the Shallows, in my mind, I'm saying that that's right. I'm not gonna even dink around with that. Now
Okay.
the other one, what was the name of the TV program actually?
Masters of Sex.
And she did that 5 years later. So she was 12 when she made the movie The Orphan. So that'd make her 17. And she was in a TV
Is
show called
that
Masters.
even legal?
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it's
That's very difficult to do that.
Okay,
Figure
so-
that out.
yeah. Now you're just setting some more hooks here.
Yeah.
So just read the question one more time.
Okay.
Just that one.
Just the last one. Only
Yeah.
5 years after this film, Isabel Furman, who played the orphan, had a recurring role in a TV series called Masters of Sex.
Okay, so
Chat room, get in there.
So recurring role doesn't mean she's having the sex. She could just be in there like a daughter or like a confused
Did
teen.
you say she could be in there doing it doggy style? Was that
I
what you
didn't say
said?
that at all. I did not
you
say
said
that
that
at all.
about a 16-year-old girl.
I did not say that
Wow.
at all. No, I did not.
First, he's all about the heroin addicts in Muskego, and now this. And we all know they're in New Berlin.
I'll just stay here and smile. That's fine. Anyways, and did you say the first one? You say Sarsgaard is actually the clown?
Is played Pennywise, the clown, in the two recent Stephen King It movies.
Oh, damn it! I know it's one of the two. It just sounds like I don't think he's that clown. I'm just trying to think now. Just give me a second here. Okay, I'm gonna say A is incorrect.
A is incorrect.
Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Yes.
It is
Yeah.
actually another gentleman named Skarsgård that
I
plays
wouldn't
that role. And
Bring it
I'm
on, baby.
being told that I think it's his son that played Pennywise.
Why don't you tell me about how C is actually true?
C is actually true. It's Masters of Sex. She was on the show. She
Wow.
did like 7 or 8 episodes. I was like, really? At that age?
Yeah, 'cause she'd been
that's
17 or
That's why I
18.
wrote it down. Now, do you want to hear the ones I didn't use that were false statements?
That were false?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because one of them was, one of my true ones was Leonardo DiCaprio was a producer on the film, which you already knew, so I couldn't use that one. That's why I have backups. Okay, so another one was L. Ron Hubbard, the father of Scientology, wrote the source material this movie is based on.
Okay.
That one. And Vera Farmiga is actually married to Jake Gyllenhaal.
She's not.
She's not, but Peter Sarsgaard is married to her brother, Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So I kind of like that one.
Tick-tock goes the clock.
You
All
got
right.
it. So we both came away with that. So it is time to look
At the score.
at the scoreboard. This is your favorite part because you're just killing it on
I am.
this. So let's see. I have to open up a bunch of other stuff. First, we can get on the.
That's last
Come
last-
on, that's last season.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there we go. And I can fill in those trivias.
Yeah, fill those babies in.
Okay.
There we go. Look at that. Look at that.
So I'm going to ask you, what do you want to rate Orphan? Because I think you kind of liked it.
I did
this
like
time.
it. I did like it. I'm gonna give Orphan an 8.
Very good. I'm glad.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
I was worried if you were going to like this one.
I
or
did.
not.
I actually did. I mean, I like Deep Rising better. It's more up my alley. But,
Right.
But it was
it's more action packed for sure.
And
It's
you
more
can
of
tell
an
by just
adventure.
the way I talked about this movie that I enjoyed it. I actually was able to get into it.
Guess what though?
I know.
I'm finally going to tie things up because I gave it a 3. And you can ask my brother. I told him what it was. Oh, you actually get those 3, so you're still ahead.
Duh.
I was like, shit, I think I'm going to tie it up. But no, I gave it a 3.
I understand.
I really didn't like it. Like, at one point, I found myself going, what's going on Facebook? So
Oh,
it
really?
was- yeah,
Wow,
I was
disrespected.
bored. I was bored. But, you know what? We
What?
got more fun stuff in store for everybody here on Dead on the Bases. Because we're coming back April 15th. Next week is a bye week.
A bye week.
A bye week because I'm tired. And we're going to go because I didn't get a rest between seasons. Let's just, I want to
You
put
do a
that
lot,
in
Tim.
again.
You've got a lot of different shows. They should know
wanna
about all your
mention this
podcasts.
again. I want to mention once again, I had no rest between seasons. But we got some great stuff coming for inning 4, and both of us forgot what it is, so this will be fun for both of us.
Should we guess?
Well,
No, go ahead.
we're going to guess. It's
don't
going
know.
to show us in a second.
Death Day.
These are good ones.
Yeah.
These are good. We got Happy Death Day.
Never seen it.
Giving to Jeff. This is a fantastic movie for those that haven't seen it.
Okay.
Lots of fun. Lots of death and mayhem and blood and gore and everything Jeff likes.
It's kind of like a Groundhog Day type thing, right?
It's Groundhog Day meets the slasher movie.
Okay.
That's
hang with
the
that.
concept. There are a lot of things you're going to like about this
Okay.
film. I
All
can't
right.
wait for you to see it.
All right.
'Cause as much as I like to kid around, I want you to enjoy the movies
Oh, yeah.
that I give you.
Good.
All right. So what did you give me?
I gave you Slapshot. Are you kidding me? The iconic
Some
hockey
old
movie of all time.
1970s movie.
You're gonna
Some
love
old
this.
movie.
Paul Newman brings it together. You got the Hanson brothers. It's about a minor league hockey team that's going to be getting sold. They try to keep the team in town.
The Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chiefs.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy this. I mean,
I can't wait.
because it's
I can't wait.
It's
I'd be lying if I said I hadn't seen Slapshot. I've
it's
seen
sort-
Slapshot.
Oh, so then
but
you know what you're getting.
It's been a minute. I think the last time I watched it's an R-rated movie. I don't think I was supposed to watch it. It's on like HBO back in the day. It's been probably 30 years or something.
Do you remember the very first movie you ever saw?
The first movie
you went to a movie
I
theater.
saw
You
in
went
a
to a
movie
movie
theater.
theater.
I do know. It's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, right, Mom?
And
I know she's watching.
I saw Song of the South.
Oh, I'm being told that I saw WVTV is where I saw Slapshot, so I didn't even see it.
Oh, so you're gonna get the swears and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
You're gonna get the swears. You're gonna get all
I
the
do
good
remember that there's a scene where he says that he would be a good lesbian because he loves women's bodies, and I remember being mystified by that scene.
Like, what's he talking about?
Yeah.
So we got coming
happened.
back. So we got a week off.
Yeah, we gotta
Get some
I
rest.
get a week off, which is the important part.
Get some rest.
Yeah, and we've got a very busy chat room as we talked about. Okay,
And we're gonna work on some merchandise.
It is not his son that played the It Clown, but it's Skarsgård versus Sarsgaard.
Okay.
So
All right.
there you go. Somebody thought we should be doing April Fool stuff in here. Did you not see the beginning of the show where we made an apology?
Yeah.
I don't know what else you're looking for.
But actually, yeah. Muskego, I love you.
We both are huge fans of Muskego, the greatest city on the greatest lake, the land of lakes and landfills, Muskego,
Oh, yeah.
Wisconsin.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we got a great landfill. We got a great landfill.
And we have haunchies. We have to
We
talk
do
about
have
that one
haunchies.
week. We have to talk about that one week too.
Well, we're at the hour mark.
I know,
We're
done.
not going to do double overtime.
Done. No. People.
No, people don't like extra innings either, as you pointed out.
No, I love extra innings. Rob Manfred needs to go. Fire Rob Manfred. Go. Let's just get this done.
Who is that? Okay, let's.
He's the
let's
commissioner of
finish the
baseball. You're just gonna get me on a rant, and I'm gonna just. I went from in a very bad mood when I got here.
You know, I
to a very
forgot-
good mood, and I don't want to go back.
You know,
down
I
that rabbit
forgot
hole.
when I introduced you. I was going to say
I know.
a random fact about Jeff. Here
That's
it
okay.
comes. Did you know that Jeff designed a baseball diamond at one time using graph paper, a protractor, and a jar of chewing tobacco? That's Jeff Miller.
Red man.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you were into Copenhagen. Okay.
No.
Here we go. We're going to have a good time, go over to New Berlin and have some recreation. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Remember to join us next time here on Dead on the Bases. If you'd like to join us at any time, you can check us out on YouTube. You can go to our website at otherworldlyculture.com. And, of course, we're available on all the major podcasting platforms: Apple, Amazon, Pandora, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google. You ask for it, we're there. And remember, if it's sports, it's a home run. If it's horror, you run home. We're dead on the bases. And we'll see you next time.
That's right. We'll see you next time.
Otherworldlyculture.com.
RobManfordSucks.com. That's not a swear.
Yeah, it is. My goodness, man.